Alright, hi guys, my name is Josh and I'm going to be showing you the right way to change the tire on your car. Now, the first thing you will need, obviously your spare tire and your jack and all your tools and stuff. We've already got that out the boot. And as you can see, we're leaving the boot open because we want to make it obvious that we're standing still. Because like if you're on a highway or something and you're pulled over in the yellow lane, some people drive in the yellow lane because we're in South Africa, beautiful country, but really crappy drivers. So you want to make it obvious that you are standing still so people can avoid you. Okay, now you've got your spare tire. First thing you want to do is put your spare tire under your car. That way, if your jack happens to fail, you're not going to drop your car on your brake disc, which would suck. So, put our jack under the car. We're not going to jack the car up yet first. We want to take off our hubcap. This thing can be a bit of a pain, but just a bit of encouragement, it'll pop off. You can put this in the boot so it doesn't blow away. Okay, now, if you're like really weak or something, or your bolts are corroded, it might be a bit difficult to loosen them. So, you can get yourself another pipe, doesn't have to be a very strong pipe, just to give yourself a bit of extra leverage. I don't think I'm going to need that, let's see how it works. Okay, now as you can see, I'm not pushing down. You don't want to do that, because when you do that, your spring will slip off and you're going to crash your knuckles into the ground and that's going to hurt like hell. So you also don't want to ever step on your spanner, because it's another way to hurt yourself. So what you want to do is keep it here. You want to lift up just like that. Don't want to take it off yet, just enough so that it's just a little bit loose. So, and you lift up. And as you can see, I'm also not sitting on my hunches. I'm not on my knees, because if you're on your knees or on your hunches, you're off balance. And if another car is coming and he doesn't see me and I see it, and as you can see, my body's also pointed this way, so I'm also looking all the time who's behind me. If another car is going to come and they don't see me, I can get out of the way. So, and you can't do that if you're on your hunches. That's why we always want to be on our feet. Okay, that one's loose already. There we go. And as you can see, it's really not that difficult. If your nuts are so tight that you can't pull it off, then they're probably over torqued and you should sue the guy who put them on in the first place. Okay, the nuts are loose. Now, as you can see, we're keeping all our tools nice and neat out of the way. And you want to check here to see where are the jack points. Now, in most cars, you're going to see these two little ridges here. Sometimes there's going to be a little peg sticking out, and that is what you call the hard point of your car, and that is exactly where you want to put your jack, right in between those two little notches. Because if you don't do that and you put it maybe over here, you can actually bend the frame of your car, and that is really bad and very, very difficult to fix, sometimes impossible. So you don't want to do that. So there we go, right nicely there between the two notches. Keep all our tools nicely here out of the way. There we go. And start jacking. We're jacking. And as you can see, it goes pretty quick. It's not that difficult. Always want to make sure that everything's steady, nothing is going skew. And you don't want to jack the car up too high. You just want to jack it up just enough so that the wheel is off the ground. There we go. You can see the wheel is just off the ground. And that's where we want to stop. There we go. Now, take the nuts off the rest of the way. Keep them all nice together so you don't lose them. So if you lose them, you're a bit screwed. There we go. As you can see, changing the tire is not really that big of a deal, but if you do it wrong, bad things can happen. There we go. Alright. Now, put everything here. You can actually keep the nuts in your pocket, that's also a good thing. So, when you take your tire off, you never want to stick your hand under the tire, because if the jack fails, you're going to crush your hand. Also, the tire can be a lot heavier than it looks. So you want to take it off, and that way you're not gonna, your guys here, okay, it's fine. So that way you can just do that, so you're not gonna hurt your tire. So then you're just gonna put this tire, swap it around with this one, and reverse the process. Now my cameraman has an appointment, and the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the actual bolt. When you put the bolt back on, you don't want to put it on backwards, because I saw a buddy of mine, he actually did that the other day. So as you can see, there's a little cone right here. That cone, you want to put it in. So the little cone has to go in because it's a lock nut. So that creates the friction that you need so it doesn't come off. If you put it in backwards, you can also damage your rim and it's not going to hold on as good. Thanks.